Right, I like to say Barak Thehawa, Barak Thehawa Shah, Barak Thehawa, Barak Thehawa Shah, Bahashem Rakah HaKadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutation to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. Is Israel still scattered sheep? And the easy answer to that is yes. Israelites are still all over the world, man. Right? From China to Japan to Taiwan to Turkey to Iran, Iraq. Why? Because our people have been scattered out. That was a curse that was put on our people when our fathers committed sins. So the Lord said what? He said, I will scatter you among all nations. Matter of fact, let's get that anyway. This is Deuteronomy 28:54. And the scripture says, 64, my bad, 64. And the scripture says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So this was a curse put upon our people to be scattered amongst all nations, right? Even Jeremiah, it's Salaki, it's even written in Jeremiah, what is it, 50 and 17. The scripture says, Israel is a scattered sheep. What did it say? Israel is a scattered sheep. And like I said in my last video, going back to the book of Matthew 15 and 24, the Lord said what? He said, for I come but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right? Them being lost sheep. Why? Because the Israelites that was scattered throughout the nations didn't receive the words of the Lord, didn't receive the words of the of that which was written during that period of time. So they didn't know Yahweh, they didn't know Yahweh Shai. What they only knew was what was given unto them by the nations that they was dwelling in, whether if it was the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, what if it was Spain, what if it was Europe, what if wherever the hell they were at. Those are the customs that they have taken upon themselves. The customs that how am I sorry to say this? The customs that they have been following since residing within those nations, right? So yes, Israel is scattered sheep. Now, Israel and the Jews aren't the same, because the Israel represents the northern kingdom and the Jews represents the southern kingdom, right? And that happened during a split during a period of time in the book of Kings, during King Solomon's son, I forget his name, right, King Solomon's son, Rehoboam, who split the kingdom, and then you had the kingdom of Judah, and then and the kingdom of Israel, right? But a lot of these different religions don't seem to comprehend that fact, right? So let's get more scriptures on the scattered sheep, right? So we're gonna get this here. This is Ezekiel 34:12, and the scripture says, as a shepherd, actually let me get 11. For thus saith the Lord power, behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out. And it says, as a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day. And that prophecy have not come to fruition. Israel is still scattered throughout all nations. right? And the Lord said that he will gather his sheep. It says, as a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in a cloudy and dark day. And I will bring them out from the people and gather them from the country and will bring them to their own land and feed them, Salakia, and feed them upon the mountains of Israel by the rivers and in all the inhabited places of the country. So there you go, man. You know, you have the scattered sheep, right? And they're still scattered to this very day into the Most High. Until the Most High gathers his people. So real quick, we're going to get this in the book of Psalms. Psalms 44 and 11. Psalms 44 and 11, the scripture says, Thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and have scattered us among the heathen. The heathen being, of course, those that are outside of the children of Israel, right? So the Lord have scattered us among the heathen. Right, so this is, I'm going to go back to the book of Ezekiel 34 and 6. And the scripture says, My sheep wandered through all the mountains and upon every high hill. Yea, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. Therefore, ye shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. As I live, saith the Lord power, surely because my flock became a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there were no shepherds, neither did my shepherds search for my flock. But the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock. Therefore, ye shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against the shepherds, and I will require my flock at their hand, and cause them to cease from feeding the flock. Neither shall the shepherds feed themselves any more, for I will deliver my flock from their mouth, that they may not be meat for them. So there you go. You know, all these lies that are being told to our people, hey, that shit's gonna go away, man. The Most High is gonna gather Israel from among all nations and countries, whether he so have scattered them, right? So this is what you gotta understand, is that Israel is still scattered. Even Peter and James mentions the exact same thing about the strangers that are scattered, the 12 tribes that are scattered. It's still being mentioned. You know, 1 Corinthians 10, Romans 9, right? What is that? 1 Corinthians 12, the Gentiles, right? So those Gentiles are those Israelites that's following the customs of other nations, right? But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and say, Shalom.